Hi guys, it's rainy outside, and so we are inside for class again today. Thank you for coming. We're going to have a nice full body 60-minute class, and we're just going to build on what we've been working on, going a little further with some of the movements that we've been using the past couple of classes. Tiny Dharma talk. Let me start with a little quote. So the nature of yoga is to share the light of awareness into the darkest corners of the body, which brings me to Svadhyaya, which is self discovery in Sanskrit. It's one of the tenets of yoga. You use your yoga practice to find the places where you need to work and you need to grow. So I encourage you as we move through the practice today to just notice the places where you find ease, notice the places where perhaps you're finding a little more difficulty, and honor both of those places. Use that awareness to grow your practice. And by that, I mean maybe you can see the places you need to work harder, or maybe even some of the places where you need to back off, but honor both of those things. And we'll go ahead and scoot back. I'm going to start in child's pose today. So just come to your mat and come to tabletop. You can back your butt back to your heels and extend forward with the hands and bring the forehead down to the mat. You can close your eyes and just breathe. As we begin to turn the attention inward, notice the qualities of your inhalations and exhalations. See if you can make them nice, long, and even. And perhaps take the time to set an intention for your practice today. Something you can bring your mind back to, maybe something you'd like to manifest and bring forward into the rest of your day. On your next inhale, just extend through the arms forward. We're going to walk both hands over to the left side of the mat. And get a good stretch into the right side of the body. Yogi's choice here, you can keep your arms engaged or just let the elbows come down to the mat. But whatever you choose, just continue to breathe. On an inhale, walk the hands back to center and walk them over to the right side of the mat. And again, you can leave the arms extended or bring the elbows down. On your next inhale, walk the hands back to the center and let's come up into your tabletop position. Just cross your ankles behind you, shift back and come to sit with the feet in front. Come into a TP twist. Just bring the right arm around the knees, back behind with the left. Inhale through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist gaze over the left shoulder. One more inhale and exhale. Come out of the twist. Reach around with the left arm behind with the right. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to gaze over the right shoulder. Always rotating more at the shoulders than with the low back when you're in a twist. One more inhale. And exhale, come out of your twist, shimmy forward, come into your easy seat. Go ahead and reach the arms out to the sides, and on an inhale, reach up with the right arm. You can bring it to the side of the head, and exhale the ear to the shoulder. Just breathe here. If that's too much on your neck, you can always release the side of the head. And if it feels good, take some little micro rolls forward and back. And on your next breath, you can release the head, bring the right hand down, bring the left arm up, bring it to the side of the head. Inhale tall, exhale the ear to the shoulder. And breathe. And if this feels good, maybe do some little micro rolls forwards and back. One more breath, and let's release. Bring both arms out to the sides. Inhale, right hand up, and exhale, just slide over to the left side, extending the left hand out, reaching long, making a long line from the tip of the fingers all the way down to the hip. Just reaching long through the side, and continue breathing. One more inhale, and exhale. Let's sweep the arm across, bring it over the knee. Inhale tall, exhale, bring the chest down to the knee. You can let the elbows drop, just let the head hang. Nice long breaths here. Anytime the mind begins to wander, you can just bring it back to your breath or to the intention you set for practice today. On an inhale, let's roll back up to center very carefully. Extend hands out to the sides again. Inhale tall through crown of the head. Bring the left arm up, reach over with the right, just slide it out, and reach long with the left hand. Gaze is up towards the fingertips. Try not to roll the hip up off the ground. It starts rolling up, just come up a little bit. A little stiff this morning. That's okay. One more inhale. And exhale, just bring the arm down, reach across over the knee. Inhale. And exhale, drop elbows down, drop the head down to the knee. Breathing into that side and the low back and the hip. On an inhale, roll back up to the center. Inhale, arms back out to the sides. You're going to reach behind, clasp the hands, roll the shoulders back, and reach up behind you with the hands. Gaze is up, just broadening across the chest. Opening up your heart center. exhale. Release the hands, shake them out to the sides. Reach forward with the arms. Inhale up. Exhale, walk forward and drop the elbows again. Let the head hang and just flip the hands upwards and just hang here. Arms up in a gesture of offering. If there's anything that you're holding on to that's not serving you, you can take this time to breathe it in and breathe it out. Just let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. On an inhale, roll back up. And whatever leg you had underneath, let's switch legs. Doesn't matter which one you had. Inhale back up through crown of the head. And exhale, crawl forward, drop the elbows, flip both hands over. Let your head hang. Hanging here in a pose of receiving. If there's anything you'd like to get from your practice today, see if you can just breathe that in and breathe it out. Breathe it in, opening yourself up to receive, and breathe it out. Inhale and exhale. On an inhale, roll back up to center, and we'll come over to tabletop position. Just come over onto your hands and knees. Make sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders and make sure the knees are underneath your hips. Go ahead and do some cat-cow. Inhale, drop the stomach down, gaze is up. Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale and exhale. You can go at your own rhythm and your own pace here. And if you'd like to make some intuitive movements with the shoulders and hips, go for it. Make this practice your own. It's so important to listen to the body as you move through practice today. And if you need to make any extra movements, just go ahead and do that. Let's take one more round and meet back in center in a neutral spine. We'll go ahead and thread the needle. So inhale the right arm out to the side. Exhale, thread it underneath, drop elbow down, bring your ear down to the mat. And if you need a little more of a stretch here, you can always take the left arm, reach it long in front of you. Nice long breaths. One more inhale and exhale. You can drop the left arm, press up, unthread the needle, bring the arm out, and exhale, release it to the side. Inhale, left arm to the side. Exhale, thread it underneath, drop the right elbow, bring the ear down to the mat. If you'd like a little more of a stretch, you can just reach in front with the right hand. And just breathe. Go ahead and drop the elbow, come up on your hands, bring the arm out to the side and drop it back down. Let's come into puppy pose. There's a few ways to do this. You want to bring your chest down to the mat. I like to go ahead and drop down onto the elbows, and I like to rest my head here on my elbows and shift back. You can just reach long in front and bring the forehead down to the mat. Feel a good stretch all the way across the front side of the body. Any tension you may feel, see if you can breathe into it and release it. One more inhale and exhale. On an inhale, carefully come back up. Let's go ahead and do a balance pose. So take the left leg behind, right arm in front, hold it. Gaze is right in front of your face on the mat. Breathe here. And let's do 3 elbow to knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2. Inhale. 3. Awkward airplane. Bring right arm out to the side. Flex your left foot. Bring it out to the side. Just breathe into the awkwardness of the pose. On an inhale, bring everything back to center. Exhale, bring right arm down, left foot down. Inhale, left arm up, right foot behind, hold it. Staying here for about 3 breaths. Three, knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2. Inhale. 3. Awkward airplane. Bring arm out to the side. Flex your foot. Bring the foot out to the side. Hold it. On an inhale, bring everything back to center. Exhale, bring hand and foot back down. Let's just do a cat and cow to reset. Inhale and exhale. Shake it out. All right, and let's go ahead and come back into child's pose one more time. Reach long in front. And come back up into your tabletop position. Inhale, right foot up behind. Exhale, cross it over. Tuck your toe and look behind at your foot. Inhale, pick up your foot, bring it back to center. Now tuck it down and using your hands, press back into a nice calf stretch. Shift your weight back forward, float the foot up and drop it down to meet the other one. Inhale the left foot behind, cross it over and gaze over the right shoulder at the foot. On an inhale, pick up the foot, bring it to center, tuck the toes down, and using your hands, press back to get a nice calf stretch. On an inhale, shift the weight back forward, pick up your foot, and put it back down to meet the other foot. Come back into your child's pose. And we'll take a little bit of a flow here. Inhale up through table. Exhale down. Cobra preparation. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale, come through table. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, table. Exhale, bringing the elbows in as you come down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale. Inhale through center. Exhale into child's pose. Inhale forward. Exhale down. Now, when you're here in baby cobra preparation, yogi's choice. You can stay here in cobra or maybe come up into downward facing dog. Whichever position you choose here, you're going to twist the shoulders over to the left, gaze over towards the foot. Come back to center, twist the shoulders over to the right. Back to center, twist the shoulders to the left. Back to center, shoulders over to the right. Come back to center. If you are up and up dog, drop back down to baby cobra and down to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale back into child's pose. Take one breath in and one breath out. On your next inhale, come into tabletop. Tuck your toes behind you. We'll come back into our first down dog of the day. Just shift towards the back of the mat, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, trying to bring the heels down towards the mat just as much as you can. And go ahead and pedal out the feet. Inhale up on the tiptoes and exhale, try to bring the heels down. You can do a generous bend in the knees if you'd like. On your next inhale, gaze forward in between your hands. Step, hop, well, however you need to. Walk forward and just grab both elbows and hang here in ragdoll, keeping a slight bend in the knee or even a generous bend in the knee. You can sway back and forth a little. Release the elbows and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll all the way up to stand into Tadasana, mountain pose. Shoulders down, heels down into the floor. Growing up through the body and through the crown of the head. We'll take our sun salutation A with a bend. Inhale up, clasp the hands together in pistol fingers. Exhale over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Let's do another. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Float the hands down to the feet. Halfway lift. Gazes up, flat back. Forward fold. Step back into plank. You can drop your knees here if you need to. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, shift back towards the back of the mat, downward facing dog. Let's pause here for 5 good breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Really allow yourself to sink into the pose. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, gaze forward, step forward to the front of the mat, and grab both elbows and hang in ragdoll. You can sway gently back and forth again. And release the elbows, roll all the way up vertebrae by vertebrae until you're all the way to the top in Tadasana. Inhale, arms overhead, gathering energy. Clasp the hands together. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. One more time each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale through center. Exhale, swan dive, float, arms all the way down, forward fold. Halfway lift, gaze is in front of you, flat back. Forward fold, step back into plank. Yoga push-up. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here for just 3 breaths this time. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Notice where the body finds ease and where it finds difficulty. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale the right foot behind you in 3-legged dog. Gaze forward in between your hands. Step forward in between your hands. Drop your knee. Untuck your toes. And come up into low lunge. Bring shoulder blades down the back, reaching long through the crown of the head and through the fingers. Nice long breaths here. Make sure that you can see the big toe. One more inhale. Exhale, float hands down to frame the foot. Plant left hand down. Reach up to the sky with the right hand in a twist. Float right hand down beside the foot. Bring the foot back behind you, back into table. Tuck your toes, come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot behind you, 3-legged dog. Look forward in between your hands, step forward. In between your hands, drop the knee. Untuck your toes. Reach all the way up. Come into low lunge. One more inhale. Exhale, float both hands down to frame the foot. Reach up with the left hand to the sky. Gaze up towards the fingers. One more inhale. And exhale, float the hand down. Bring the foot behind you. Back in a tabletop. Shift back, downward facing dog. Go through that flow one more time and add to it just a little. Inhale, right foot behind you, 3-legged dog. Look forward in between your hands and step, drop the knee. Come up, low lunge. Starting to build a little heat in the body. Long breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, float hand down to frame the foot. This time, come up on the back foot so that you're in a runner's lunge and reach up with the right hand. Inhale and exhale, right hand down to frame the foot, drop the knee, and just step back with the right foot. Come into downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot behind you, three-legged dog, keeping the hips square. Gaze forward in between your hands. Step forward in between your hands, drop the knee, and come up into your low lunge. Inhale, exhale, float hands down to frame the foot. Come up into a runner's lunge and reach up with the left arm in a twist. One more inhale. And exhale, float the hand down to frame the foot. Drop the knee. And bring the foot back behind you. Let's take one cat-cow to reset. Inhale. And exhale. Go through the flow one more time, building on it just a tiny bit. This is the last time going through this part. Inhale, back into three-legged dog, or downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot behind you, three-legged dog. Look forward in between your hands. Step forward in between the hands. Drop the knee. Come up into your low lunge. Find ease in the familiarity. Find challenge in the parts that change. And find the equanimity between both of those things. One more inhale. Exhale, float hands down to frame the foot. Come up into your runner's lunge. Reach up with the right arm. One more inhale. Exhale, float hand down to frame the foot. Stay up in your lunge. See if, while you're here, you can take the foot and just put it back into your plank pose. Shift back, downward facing dog. We're only going to do this one time. Inhale, left foot behind you, three-legged dog. Look forward in between your hands. Step forward in between your hands. Drop the right knee and come up. Low lunge. One more inhale. Exhale, float hands down to frame the foot. Come up into your runner's lunge. Reach up with the left arm. One more inhale. Exhale, float hand down to frame the foot. Now you know what's coming. Get nice and stable. See if you can pick up the foot, bring it back into your plank. Now let's take a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And drop down into your child's pose. Just bring your butt back down to the back of the mat. Bring your arms down to your sides. Give your shoulders a break. And just breathe. Coming back to the breath, coming back to the intention for today. On an inhale, come up into your tabletop position. Shift back into downward facing dog. Look forward in between your hands and step forward to the front of the mat. Roll all the way up into Tadasana. Coming up to stand. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, arms up overhead, side bends. Exhale over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Swan dive down into your forward fold. Halfway lift, gaze is in front of you. Flat back. Forward fold. Step back into your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath here in down dog. And then inhale, right foot behind you, three-legged dog, keeping the hips square. Look forward in between your hands. Step forward in between your hands. Stay up in a high lunge and come all the way up into crescent lunge. Keeping your hips square. Breathing here. Bring a little more heat into the body on an inhale. Shift over onto your right foot. Bring the foot up, left foot up. Back with the left foot. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now come into warrior two. Spin left foot parallel back of the mat. Just open up, warrior two. Broadening out across the chest, reaching long with the right hand. Now come into peaceful warrior. Flip the right hand over, come back. Peaceful warrior. Gaze underneath the palm. Inhale back into warrior two and just cartwheel back into your lunge. Float hands down to frame the foot. Step back and just shift back into your down dog. Take a long, good breath here. And on an inhale, lift left foot behind you, three-legged dog. Look forward in between your hands, step forward in between your hands, staying up into your high lunge. Rise all the way up into crescent lunge. Make sure you keep your hips square. Get nice and settled into the position. Make sure that your knee feels good. And then we're going to do knee to chest on the side. Inhale, bring the knee up. Exhale, bring it back. Wobbling's okay. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now open into warrior two. Gaze over the fingertips. Flip left hand over, come back into Peaceful Warrior. Still working to keep the breaths long. Inhale back up, Warrior Two. Cartwheel back into Crescent Lunge. Float hands down to frame the foot. Step it back into plank. You're going to drop your knees, come back into Child's Pose. Take a moment here. On an inhale, come up into table. Going to go through that flow one more time on each side with a tiny balance challenge. You guys can do it, I know. Tuck your toes, shift the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot behind you, three-legged dog. Look forward in between your hands, step forward. Get nice and stable and come all the way up into your Crescent Lunge. Now, inhale, step onto right foot, bring left knee up. Come back. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Now hold it. You can hold your knee. Just hold it for a moment. Long breaths here. Wiggles and wobbles are okay. One more inhale. Exhale. Go back with the foot. Open up, Warrior Two. Flip the hand over. Come back, Peaceful Warrior. Gaze underneath the palm. Inhale back up, Warrior Two. Cartwheel into Crescent Lunge. Float hands down to frame the foot. Step back into your plank and just shift back, downward facing dog. You're in the home stretch. Inhale, left foot behind you, three-legged dog. Look forward in between your hands, step forward in between your hands. Come up into Crescent Lunge. Make sure you can see your big toe. You always want to protect your knee. Now, inhale, pick up your knee, exhale back. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, now that it's here, hold it. You can hold your knee. Want a little more of a challenge, you can just reach up with arms. One more breath. And exhale, step the foot back. Now let's open Warrior Two. Flip the left hand over, reach back, Peaceful Warrior. Inhale back up, Warrior Two. Cartwheel back into Crescent Lunge. And float hands down to frame the foot. Step back into plank. Go ahead and drop your knees and come into your Child's Pose. Good job, you guys did good work. Just Breathe here, and if you'd like, you can bring the arms to your sides. As we begin to slow down our practice. On an inhale, come back into your tabletop position. And we're just going to come down all the way down to the mat. Bring your elbows to the sides. We'll take a locust pose here. So on locust pose, you want to bring your arms to the sides behind you. Leave your feet spread out a little so it'll protect your low back. On an inhale, lift the feet and the arms up, gazes in front of you. Do not crane your neck. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Inhale, 3. And float everything back down to the mat. Take a breath here. It's a nice counter posture to all those forward folds. Inhale back up for 3 breaths in locust. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Sink everything back down to the mat. You can bring your hands to the sides. And pick up both feet behind you. You can flex your feet. Just bring the arms in front. You can rest your forehead down, and we're just going to windshield wiper back and forth with the feet. Back and forth. You can bring the feet back to the center. Bring them back behind you. Take your hands under your shoulders. Shift back into your tabletop position. Cross your ankles and come to sit. And let's take another TP twist. Just bring the right arm around, back behind with the left. Inhale up tall. Exhale, gaze over left shoulder. One more inhale. Exhale. Let's go the other way. Bring left arm around, back behind with the right. Inhale tall. Exhale, rotate and gaze over the right shoulder. And come back to center. Go into Marichasana D. Extend the right foot in front. Reach behind with the left. Doing lots of twists today. Inhale. Exhale. Bring right elbow to the knee and twist again. Behind you, keeping your foot flexed. Twists are so good for the spine and the digestion. One more inhale. Exhale, come out of your twist. Extend the left foot. Pick up your right foot. Reach behind with the right arm. Reach up with the left. And bring the elbow to the knee. Inhale tall. Exhale on the twist. Exhaling on the twist makes it easier to get into the twist, and it also helps to protect your back. One more inhale and exhale. Come out of the twist and bend your knees and roll down vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down to the mat. Once you're there, let's pick up both feet and grab your knees. Let's just roll around in a circle with the knees, massaging the low back and sacrum into the ground. Nice little rotations on inhales and exhales. It doesn't matter what direction you start in. But whatever direction you started in, let's change directions. So let's go in the other direction. One more inhale and exhale. Meet back in center. Come into Recline Butterfly. Just take your feet, bring them together, grab your feet and bring the heels down towards the hips as much as you can. Pressing the small of the back into the ground. And let's go ahead and release the feet. Come into happy baby. Grab the sides of the legs, ankles, or feet. And you can roll from side to side. Happy baby. Come back to the center of your mat. Bring your knees in. Reach up. Give yourself a big hug because you did. And release into Savasana. Just let it all go. Let your arms flop out to the sides. Let your shoulders flop out. Let the feet flop out. Close your eyes and let your breathing become natural. Just feel yourself begin to relax all the way from the crown of the head, across the eyes, across the face. Let the jaw go slack. Let the tension go in your throat, across your chest. Any tension in the arms, fingers, and hands, let it go. Any tension in the solar plexus, the stomach, any tension you may have in the hips, just imagine it melting away. Imagine any remaining tension that you have in your upper legs, your knees, any tension you have in your calves, ankles, and feet. Just imagine letting it go. Feel yourself completely relaxed and completely supported by gravity and the earth, and know that you are safe. On your next inhale, begin to slowly bring some awareness back to the body. Slowly calling yourself home, deepening your breathing. Make some small movements with the fingers and toes, maybe some gentle rotations with ankles and wrists. You could gently roll your head from side to side if you'd like. And reach out long for a big full body stretch. And let's roll over to one side in the fetal position, keeping your eyes closed. And when you're ready, you can use your hand to press yourself back up into your easy seat. Bring the hands to your knees. And let's do a quick scan of the body. Notice how it feels now as opposed to how it felt at the beginning of practice today. And we'll close today with a quote by Yogi Iyengar. Yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, to the self. I hope you enjoy your journey today and always. Thank yourself for coming to the mat and doing something that's good for you. Bring your hand to heart center in prayer and open your eyes. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Okay, get a little closer. Thank you so much for coming and taking a little time to hang out with me and practice. I appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this practice, please like it and subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, even though it is a little bit of a rainy day here. Take care of yourselves. Stay happy and safe. Stay peaceful. I'll see you next time.